Alice Murgatroyd, the puppeteer, the stalker, the one that hides in Maurice's closet. Or at least, that's what the fandom wants you to think. No, no, no. The truth about Alice Murgatroyd is a lot more nuanced and, dare I say, even interesting. So, hear me out as we dive into who Alice Murgatroyd really is. Now, what is true is that she uses puppets, she lives in the Forest of Magic, and she's a bit of a loner. But that's about it in terms of fandom being correct. In reality, Alice doesn't like Marisa, like, at all. She's, like, really friggin' annoying. Like, they're cordial, but Marisa is one of the few people who she just doesn't like at all. And I guess the fans were like, that means that she's tsundere, and that's not how that works at all. But I digress. Anyways, what you need to know about Alice is that she's actually one of the most friendly characters in Gensokyo. She not only helps people who get lost in the Forest of Magic and shows them the way out, she might even feed them or give them tea. And also, she's allowed into the human village to do puppet shows. And if you know the whole status quo about Gensokyo, where humans have to fear or hate yokai, that's a big fucking deal, because Mamizo and Sekibanki, who do live in the human village, they have to live in disguise, because otherwise they'd be run out with swords and pitchforks. And it's why Kane has such a hard time living there, and why Renosuke lives on the outskirts, because he is a noticeable yokai. But for Alice, they're like, no, you're very friendly. We're going to let you in here to do puppet shows. And the only other one who gets away with that is Yuka, who is similarly friendly. But that's the thing. Alice might be a yokai magician, but in terms of Gensokyo, she's kind of like the odd one out if you think about it, because not only is she not rude, but she's a good person, and she's got a good head on her shoulders. Yeah, she's a little quirky with her dolls, and she makes a bunch of them, but it's not like she's some kind of psychopath. She's just a little bit of a loner. And despite that, she's someone you could get along with. So let's say you ended up in Gensokyo. If you found Alice, your survival rates skyrocket. You're gonna probably be fine. She would probably escort you to Reimu and, like, smack any ne'er-do-wells in the face, and you'd be fine. So that is something to keep in mind about Alice Murgatroyd. She is not the person you think she is if you listen to Fandom, which fans are... Oh, how do I put this? Fans are not to be trusted in terms of Touhou characters, because they kind of grasp onto fan in origin, I guess? I don't know a good word for it, but they grasp onto it, and they're like, yes, I'm gonna see this character this way, and not any other way. And it's like, okay, wait, hold on. So you're saying just because this one video painted Alice in this way, you're gonna say that's how she acts all the time. Which is, unfortunately, the fault of a lot of fan animations like EOC's or Cool and Create or Silver Force. Like, they're great, they're catchy, they're beautiful, but they paint the characters in this outlandish fashion. Like, they take one trait and just magnify it to levels that are absolutely unheard of, and it's actually kind of annoying. Like, okay, what's a good example? Cherno. Cherno's perfect math class. Cherno is an idiot. And because of that, people latched onto it. She's like, yes, she is indeed the biggest idiot. That is incorrect. That's Oku, who sacrificed everything else for friggin' nuclear physics brain or whatever the fuck. But I'm getting sidetracked. And then there's like Alice Dare, or the Marisa stole the precious thing, which is like she stole Alice's love, and it's just like, okay, great songs, but you're just reducing these characters to a single trait, and it's kind of getting annoying. And if you didn't know what that term is, it's called flanderization. It's coined after Ned Flanders from The Simpsons, where one of his traits was just like upped over the seasons, and it just became his identity. And that's what the Touhou fandom is remarkably good at doing. They're good at taking a character, finding one trait that may have shown up in like one scene in canon, and amplifying it to immense levels. Like, I joke about Yuyuko eating people all the time, but that wasn't a one-off joke. And I will be doing a video on her too eventually, and explaining why Yuyuko is not what you think she is either. So that's about it for this Alice video. And I know, you guys were like, well, you know, we like the PNG tuber better. Well, you know what I say to that? Huh? You want to know what I say to that? I don't care. I'm having fun with this VR chat thing. It's fun. Now make sure you leave a like on the video or I'll eat your soul, okay? Got it? Awesome. Sweet. See you guys later.